Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm happy to say that someone let me borrow their 5-star Sharp Shadow Fury with 1 for all enchant. This is my first look at the 1 for all enchant, and for just looking at it for like the first time, it seems like a very powerful weapon. And in today's video we're just going to be going over what I think about the new enchant and what I think about the Shadow Fury. So yeah, if you guys enjoy this video, it'll really mean a lot to me if you guys would simply subscribe, because only like 8% of my viewers are actually subscribed. So yeah, kind of sad moments for me, but I mean it's okay. So yeah, if you guys could do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, it would be great. Okay, let's get right into the damage test. Okay, so we have both of the swords right here. We have my Flower of Truth quite maxed out, and we also have the Shadow Fury. To get you a sense of their prices, Shadow Fury will set you back around 15 mil for a clean one, and 1 for all the enchant is going to set you back around 10 mil. So this is around a 25 mil sword if you don't count the hot potato book. So let's say 26 mil sword, and this right here is a lot more expensive, honestly. I would probably price the sword at around 35 million coins or something. So this sword is like much cheaper, 26 mil versus 35 mil sword. But the Flower of Truth is a great sword because every second you're able to do 4 times your base damage that you could do with the sword, and it gives you a high base strength. Granted, this Shadow Fury is the 1 for all enchant. It gets rid of all enchants except telekinesis, so therefore you aren't able to get any lifesteal. But let's see how we'll perform against this 35 mil sword. I should honestly get a sword more near the price range of the Shadow Fury, but it's fine because the Shadow Fury is still a really strong weapon, and yeah, we should just keep that price change in mind. So yeah, 26 mil for the Shadow Fury and around 35 mil for this Flower of Truth. So the first thing we should do is test the damage on a Zealot. We're going to be using a legendary Griffin Pets. Let me just lower my GUI, level 77, and also full ancient Shadow Assassin armor, livid fragged, and also recommed. So yeah, let's take a look at the damage. Note that this has withered on it and this has sharp, so the damage will always stay constant. This has swarm on it, if that means anything, so I'm not sure if that will mean anything, but okay, let's give it a try. So let's hit a Zealot. Boom, 284k, and then we have our Shadow Fury right here. Boom, wait, 285k. Flower of Truth is still better if they do the same amount of damage because of the ability, but still very impressive from the Shadow Fury being around like 10 mil cheaper to be performing near, well, not that near if you count the ability, but near to the base damage of the sword. Currently right now it looks like that the Flower of Truth is winning, but you have to keep in mind that it is 10 mil more expensive. Yeah, let's just get into a dungeon. I'm pretty sure that because 1 for all enchant on it, which will increase the damage by a lot, the base damage, if it's scaled up to 5 stars, will make this a really powerful weapon inside dungeons, while this one has withered on it and not as high base strength or damage. Actually, yeah, not as high base strength or damage, but it does have that great ability on the sword and good enchants. And we're going to be playing as a Berserker 22 with a Catacombs 24.5. And we're going to be seeing the damage difference at the start of the dungeon with these two. Okay, so now that we're in a dungeon lobby, we can see that our damage spikes up in our strength 2, and also our strength and damage with our Flower of Truth. Currently, by looking at these stats, my guess is that the Shadow Fury is going to be doing quite a bit more damage than the Flower of Truth if we don't count into the ability, but maybe the enchants might make a big difference because you have to keep in mind that we have all of these good enchants, and also that you get no lifesteal if you're playing Shadow Fury, unless you're playing Berserker. So let's take a look at the ability. Currently we're doing, let's take a look. Okay, we're doing a decent amount of damage. I need to see how much. So around 3 mil, 3.25 mil. Yeah, around 3.5 mil. That's gonna be my guess, but remember that we always have that ability to use. And also we got our Shadow Fury doing a lot more damage, 4.5 mil out of nowhere. We're going to be starting out using the Shadow Fury, but once we start taking a lot more damage, which I think that we will because we don't get the lifesteal from the Flower of Truth, I'll swap it to Flower of Truth and see what I can do from there. So let's get right into it. Okay, so let's go upwards into the Eagle. I'm not sure if this is going to be a good idea with the Shadow Fury. I'm not sure if I'm making a big mistake or a big oopsie, but I guess our teammate's just going to stay down there. So let's just place down our orb, and yeah, let's get right into it. Shadow Fury. Okay, currently we're taking a lot of damage, like I suspected with the Shadow Fury. We have to switch to our Flower of Truth. Okay, so Shadow Fury, the lifesteal and vampires are missing, along with there not being Swarm 4 on it, is making a huge difference in this boss fight and probably all other boss fights. But the Shadow Fury's single target damage is very unrivaled if you don't need the lifesteal. But for me, I do need the lifesteal. As you can see, I dropped to very low HP during this run with the Shadow Fury. So overall, the One for All enchant is a very powerful enchant. It makes swords get extremely good for only 10 mil, but the issue being is that it also doesn't give you a few of the important things that you need. For example, you don't get Scavenger 4, you don't get Luck 6, you don't get Swarm 4, you don't get like Experience 4, you don't get a lot of things, and you lose out on a lot. But you also get a lot of damage. So if damage for one target is your goal, this is a really good enchant. If you are not looking for lifesteal or anything and just huge amounts of packed damage, this is the enchant for you. Meanwhile, if you are looking for a really dependable weapon that gives you everything that you are used to, I recommend sticking with not getting this new enchant. But for only 10 mil, this enchant is incredible. Since for example, Swarm 5 is already like over 10 mil coins. And this enchant for its price is extremely good. So if you are struggling and kind of broke and don't need the extra regen, or you don't need like the extra like looting, One for All enchant is a really good enchant. I'd only recommend putting this on high base damage swords because the One for All enchant increases the weapon damage and does not increase the strength at all. Currently it says that the AH price is 21 mil, but this is completely false. I took a look earlier in the video and it said 10 mil. Yeah, this is just a little bit off, and yeah. So overall, it's pretty clear that this sword is not bad for its price, 26 mil-ish. It is extremely good. And meanwhile, this sword, being like 35 mil-ish, is not doing as much single target damage, but it is getting the lifesteal, the ability, the 4 times damage every 1 second. So in the end, it's up to you, whichever one fits your playstyle better. I think that it's recommended that you use the one that you find best for you. Inside dungeons overall though, I would much rather use this Flower of Truth, even though you have to pay an extra, like, I don't know, quite a bit of extra money. It is still very useful to have that extra lifesteal, regen, and all that good stuff, along with the ability compared to this sword with the One for All enchant. So yeah, that basically wraps up the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, and also maybe even leave a like if you want to see more dungeons content like this. Have a good day, and bye!